So the second important database, so we've covered LandOnline as the first database that is administered by LINZ. So the second database is the geodetic database. There's another important one. So as you remember, the geodetic reference system is what we use to create a reference system that covers the primary survey control marks within New Zealand. And the geodetic database itself was set up and built to for searching and downloading the information about the geodetic marks in New Zealand and also the Chatham Islands and Antarctica. So it covers all these regions within our geodetic database. So all information related to geodetic marks can be accessed through the geodetic database. So there is a map. The geodetic database has a map that you can search on that map for the particular geodetic marks. And you can also download the geodetic mark information by selecting the specific area that you're looking for. So it's quite easy to find and download that information. So within New Zealand, there are also 39 locations of continuously operating reference stations. Network database, what we call the cores. And the cores are basically a range of geodetic marks across New Zealand that continuously log GNSS data, and GNSS basically stands for Global Navigation Satellite Systems. So 39 locations. So what GNSS mean is Global Navigation Satellite Systems. What you might be familiar with here is the term GPS. So using a system like Global Positioning Systems or GPS to collect information, real-time information that continuously record that geo information or global navigation information and stores it in this network database that can then be accessed. It can be downloaded and accessed from 39 sites. So these the benefit of having these continuously operating reference stations, if you can imagine the an application of that would be to look at the tectonic plate movements and show the deformation modeling of the entire country using those stations that are placed on those marks and can then be downloaded and used for the rest of the country, and also for creating information related to secondary reference station marks. Right, so the last database that I want to cover, so we've, again, just as a reminder, we've covered the first database here, LandOnline. The second database that we've covered is the geodetic database, and the third database is the charts and hydrographic service database. And what the hydrographic charting, the charts and hydrographic service database stores is information related to nautical charts. So LINZ produces specialized nautical charts that can then be used for safe navigation around New Zealand and certain areas of Antarctica, again in the Southwest Pacific. So there is a chart catalog and digital charts that can then be downloaded from this database. It also includes Notice to Mariners. So Notice to Mariners is published by LINZ annually, as well as providing fortnightly notices to mariners that can then be downloaded or subscribed for that fortnightly email notification. So they do create and publish that information. And other nautical information, so information related to New Zealand's nautical almanac, the list of lights that are used for nautical navigation, etc. So any other warnings or anything to do with information that might be relevant for nautical applications. So again, all you need to remember is that we've got 3 databases, and if you can distinguish between the 3 and list the main function of each of these databases, then you should be okay. So we're still on the charts and hydrographic services. So in this, it also shows you that all information related to tides is also stored under this particular database. And LINZ also has the hydrographic standards and specifications that are created as technical publications and standards that can then be accessed for anyone within that hydrographic who's interested in that hydrographic information. So other functions and responsibilities, so knowing now and reflecting on all that information that Land Information New Zealand manages, then we can start thinking about any other functions that LINZ covers, and one of the main ones is information related to mapping. So this is what we mean when we say topographical information. So the responsibility for creating national topographical maps and the information that can then be used for aerial mapping and ortho photos. So anything that we have that we can record and use to create maps. So whether that's aerial images using remote sensing, satellite imagery, as well as orthometric photos, which basically using any flying aircrafts or unassisted UAVs. So that information that can record photographs can then be used to create maps. So they're also responsible for ensuring that that information is accessible for the national topographic mapping applications. So the mapping is then used for defense, emergency purposes, and other types of land management. So specific purposes related to mapping, that information is also maintained by LINZ. And obviously another function is rating valuation, so ensuring that property values are correct and accurate so they can be used for rating purposes.